everyone, this is Cindy, the Creating with the Heart, and welcome back to the Scrapbin Collab. So I decided to work with my dies. I don't know what I'm going to do for the last week of the collab because what I have left is sort of, really just hodgepodge of nonsense. So I'm just going to have to see what I can do with what's left. But at the end of it, I'm just going to toss it. Whatever's left in this bin that I have, I'm just going to toss it and start over because it's just time. So for my dies, this is also a haul because I'm going to be talking to you and showing you guys some new dies that I gotten and I've been using them. So I'll show you what I made. So first I have this floor die. And I think it's Crafty Bean here on YouTube. She had a card and she showed this die. It's amazing. I think it's a penny black die. I actually had to buy mine on, I don't want to say it might have been eBay, but I definitely had to search for it because it's not readily available. But this is a really, really cool die. So let me show you what I made with that die. And in my scrap bin, oddly enough, I had this little greeting farm stamp. It was already colored. I had it colored and cut out and it was just stuck in my scrap bin, and it just worked perfectly because I also had this paper in my stash, my little scrap bin, and then I had this wood grain that came from the same paper packet to my mind's eye, and I literally had like bits and pieces, and I was able to do that, make this card. So it was awesome. So I was able to put this card together really, really easily. And then this piece right here, I think it's a Jen Hatfield ephemera piece from Tuesday morning. And so I got them because I thought about using them in this way because they looked like you could put them on a wall and they could be like picture frames. That was the reason why I had gotten it. So it definitely worked. And I love this card, and I had all the pieces to make it. I didn't have to do hardly anything. Actually, the hardest part was remembering where I put this. So there's that one. And so that was with this floor die, which is absolutely amazing. I love it. All right, so then I've got this haul from Sizzix, and I actually have something that I guess I'll show it to you because I'm probably gonna do, before this video even airs, I'm probably gonna be destashing. Doing a destash of some things that I had gotten. So I had gotten this, which is a Brenda Walton stars die, and it's just not for me. So it was pretty inexpensive because I had gotten free shipping and everything when they were having a big, I guess, up to 80% off sale. So I got this, and I was excited about it, and then I started using it, and it just wasn't my thing. And then I had also gotten this one, which is this Banners and Keys set, and it's just not my thing either. So those are going to end up getting destashed already. But the other things that I got that I am keeping, which is really the good part about using the dies, is you get to see how they cut and whether you really do want to keep it. And unfortunately, you do have to put out an expense to see that happen. But I got this die. This is the Retro Camera and Icons die. So you get the camera, you get this circle with the heart, you get these little pieces, and the star and the swirl. So I got that one, and this is some of the things that I made using the things in my scrap bin. So here's this camera. So I made 2 cameras. And then there's these little pieces right here. So if they were to go on a card, then they could just, you could go like this on a card, right? Be really cute. So, or you could have like a little character there by the camera, and it could be saying hugs. So anyway, I thought that was cute. So there's that one. And then the next die I'll show you is this Brenda Walton layered cake die. And this one's very pretty. I can really see doing this up for a wedding, be really pretty, or birthday. I think it's really cute as a birthday too. So let me show you. I just did one, and this of course is using, stash items. So I actually had a scrap of gold glitter in my stash, so I was able to use that. But this is what the cake looks like using bits and pieces, and I still think it came out really cute. And let's see. The next thing I'm going to show you guys is, oh, I got this other die. I'm going to show you this one. And this all came from that Sizzix, same Sizzix sale. This is the vintage scale die, and it comes with an embossing folder, which does the embossing for you if you want it to look like a scale. And so with that one, I made two different ones. So here's one that's done kind of traditional like, right? So you could put something up here like a sentiment, you could have something sitting on top of the scale. You could put a little person here next to it. Here, different things you could do. And then here is another one that I made to show you guys. And this is a La La Land. Now, La La Land, I had bought on eBay the sewing kit of the month that she had. It was, you know, the La La Land kit of the month, and it was a sewing theme. And I guess there was a mistake made on one of the stamp sets, a spelling error. So they had sent a little mini clear stamp, and that's what this one is. And I just colored it up real quick just to put her on there. And it was really hard to find a scrap big enough to cut that one. So there's that. And then I have these two dies I'm going to show you. So this is another one of these dies that does a cut, and it comes with an embossing folder. So this is like a birdhouse. It's called Birdhouse number 2. And I also have this Tim Holtz Movers and Shapers die. I think this might come in big. Usually the little ones come in big also. Or big size. This is the mini bird and cage set. This is the magnet dies. So these are the ones that if you're going to use these dies, you really should use a base tray. And it's a magnetic base tray that you can buy. It's made by Sizzix to easily run through your machine. I have a Spellbinders machine, and so the Sizzix base works just perfectly through that. So that's what I used for these projects I'm going to show you. I have this birdhouse, and again, these are all made with things that are in my scrap bin. And so I have lots of teeny tiny pieces, so I'm going to have to be really creative to see what I can come up with to use the rest of that. But there is that one, and then this one here, I just used a little bird from the Movers and Shapers die. And then here are the bird cages with a little bird, like so. Okay, and then I have so here's the one I have left. So this came from a, a Thickers sheet that I gotten from Tuesday Morning that went with a Dear Lizzie paper pad. And so I had 2 stickers left. So I had that one, which is Count the Stars, and I had this one, which is You Are Magical. So all I did instead of making a topper is I just put it on my little bag, my little cellophane bag, and decorated the front of the bag instead so I can use up those stickers. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these all in here because I'm working on a swap. It barely fits in here. On a swap. And so I'm going to include these little pieces in that swap because I have to include ephemera, which I've already done. Not ephemera, but die cuts, which I've already done. I've already made some die cuts. I'll just stick it like so. Yikes, this one is not going to work with them. But because I was doing this video, I'm like, well, I'll just send these as well. Okay, so then they go in like that. And so here are all the die cuts. And then here it is like here, all packaged up. So just an alternative way to package up some Happy Mail. You could just decorate the front of your packaging, especially if it's clear packaging, versus just doing a topper. So it's just a kind of a different way of doing it. I actually really love that. So if you have really big stickers or thickers or ephemera pieces that you don't know what to do with, I think this is a really fun way of using that up. And so then I'm going to go ahead and give this away as some happy mail for my swap. Anyway, I hope that gave you guys some ideas of maybe how you can use up your scraps, pull out your dies. Thank you for watching. This is Cindy with Creating with the Heart.